Got something a little healthier than a boo basket today.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in just a second. Lucy, what is your kids' relationship with McDonald's? Are they all into it?
Very positive.
Very positive.
Obsessed.
Yeah,
obsessive relationship.
You know what? That's how I grew up. I felt like every time we were going to we get to go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
This is awesome. But for some reason, my kids aren't just that into it. Yeah.
They even said the 3 older kids didn't have school on Monday, and so I had them at work with me, and one of them wanted to go to McDonald's. No. They said, we go to Chick-fil-A too much. Can we go back to McDonald's? So I'm like, okay.
Fast food wars.
I know, fast food wars.
All right, well, if you don't want a fast food war, if you want to make something for yourself, we've got a great recipe and a tasty one at that. Meatball Sub Sliders, Lucy.
Yes, I thought this would be fun for football, but also, speaking of my kids, they love meatball subs are like a new love in our house. I mean, they like spaghetti, they like meatballs. So we made these a couple weeks ago, and they really liked them. So it's just kind of super simple. I'm using the Hawaiian rolls today. I'm going to go ahead and get these sliced open. But you could use whatever roll you want, or you could just use you know, you can make these in bigger sizes, whatever.
You know, King's Hawaiian is the way to go.
I know, it really is. It's so good. So just keep them together, and then you just open them up like this. And then I have the oven on at 350. So over the break, I'll just toast those. We're going to toast them for about 10 or 12 minutes just to get them nice and brown.
But not 11.
Not
just 10 or
11.
12 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So watch it close. Don't let it go to 11. So now we're going to mix up our meat. You could use ground turkey. You could use ground chicken. I'm just using ground chuck today. And so we're just going to add our spices. I have salt and pepper and oregano and thyme, garlic powder, and onion powder. And I'm also just going to add a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese. And then you could cook them on a sheet pan. Usually when I make meatballs, I just roll them up and just cook them on a sheet pan. But today I'm just going to roll them up and then just cook them in the skillet. And then in the next segment, we're going to make a little sauce and add a little bit of that while they're cooking.
No breadcrumbs in the
No,
meatball.
no, I don't do breadcrumbs, and I don't do eggs. I just season them up, and they stay together fine.
You know, I kind of like that, especially in the slider idea, because you've got all your carbs already in the bread. You don't need to add more bread to it, I guess.
And they stay together. So, you know, like when you're making meatloaf and you're going to have it in a big loaf, it is, you know, you got to have the breadcrumbs and the eggs to keep it together. But these are so small, I mean, they're not going to fall apart. So, and then it's just like you said, less carbs and easier.
All right, so my son Eli kind of likes some subs like this, so maybe we will be checking, maybe I'll show him this segment.
Yeah,
and all you need to do is download the Fox 10 app or go to fox10tv.com, click on In the Kitchen. You can find all of Lucy's segments. You can also find them at Greer's. You can also go in the store, and sometimes they're playing there.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. All right, we'll come back and check in just a bit. Chelsea. And Lucy, you were talking, you're on the board of the Boys and Girls Club here.
Yes, I am. So I was happy to have them come on, and just the more knowledge about the organization, the better. It's an amazing option for our children in our community. So that was great. Thank you, Chelsea.
Yeah, we had Amy Risser here earlier, I think just yesterday, talking about a barbecue event that's coming up for them. So if you want to help locally, you can go check that out as well. Let's get back into our cooking. Where are we at in our dish?
Okay, we are making meatball sub sliders. So we're using King's Hawaiian rolls today. So I sliced them in half, opened them up, and we toasted those and just pulled those out. And we have our meatballs going. I'm just using ground chuck today, and I spiced them up with a bunch of different spices and just got good color on those. And I turned it down because I want to mix up a sauce and put some of it in there and let them keep cooking. Okay. So I'm just you could use jarred marinara if you'd like. That would be great. I'm just making my own little sauce here. So I'm just going to use 1 can of tomato sauce, and I have some red pepper flakes, some dried thyme and oregano, a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And those have been, like I said, I just cooked them over medium-high heat just to get some color on all sides. That was probably took about 5-8 minutes. And now I'm going to pour half a cup of this sauce into the skillet and also half a cup of water. And I'm going to put the lid on and just let them simmer until they're cooked through about 10 more minutes or so. So we'll turn the heat back up here.
Just kind of like, this is a great like game day thing to have around.
That's what I thought. You know, we've had so much good football, and we are not even close to anywhere near the end of the season. So yeah, this is a great one. You could make the meatballs ahead, and then you could just, you know, heat them up. So definitely a lot of options here. It'd be great for kids.
Did y'all watch the Alabama game this past weekend?
Spiro did for sure. You know, I'm an Auburn fan. I was actually with all of my Auburn girlfriends and spouses. We were celebrating my friend Mary Kyle. I think I told you that's having twins.
Yeah.
So we had a baby shower / reunion weekend, and all of us Auburn fans are just like, oh man. But the few Alabama fans were there, including Spiro, were up in arms.
Yeah.
Happy.
Yeah, it goes in cycles sometimes.
Yes,
Auburn will be back at
That's
some
what
point.
I say, you know, what goes up
My wife
may come down.
Yeah, my wife will just say War Eagle anyway.
War Eagle anyway, that's right.
All right, Meatball Sub Sliders, perfect for game day, perfect for a meal, a lunch, whatever you want. Recipes online. We'll come back and finish these up in just a bit. Chelsea.
We're back in the kitchen with our friend Lucy. It's good to see you.
You too. Thank you.
Making?
We are making meatball sub sliders. So we took a can of tomato sauce in this bowl, and I just added just all your usual suspects: garlic powder, oregano, thyme, some different things in here. And I already sliced open our King's Hawaiian rolls and toasted them. So I'm just putting a layer of the sauce on the bottom. And then over here, we cooked our meatballs in our skillet. So we just mixed up ground chuck and some different spices, and then I used some of the sauce and some water after I seared them, and then I put the lid on, and so the steam cooked the meatballs through.
Yeah.
So I toyed with the idea of making these like little burgers instead of the meatballs.
Yeah.
But even though this is going to be a little bit harder to eat, I thought it was more fun.
I
than
think
doing
it is too.
the you know, burger patty.
Right.
But you could do that too. So we just used 1.5 pounds of ground chuck, and then I know I don't want to run out of time. So all you do then, you just pile these on, just put a little more sauce on top.
Yeah.
And then I'm using provolone. You could use mozzarella cheese or, you know, whatever cheese you want. Just about half a slice per meatball.
Cute.
And then we'll just do this, and then we'll just run them back in the oven.
We need to
they will
get
be
many
ready.
provolone cheese slices made.
That's
going to be my next.
That's what we need to do.
I'm going to go up to the Capitol and demand many slices of cheese. This is super cute. I love a slider.
Yeah.
And you know, when I think of you, I obviously think of our friendship and how nice you are and how good your food is. But I also think of when I first started here, Joe never stopped talking about those sliders you made that one time. I don't even remember the recipe.
Was it the it may have been the ham.
That's what it was.
Jalapeno ones, the pepper jack. Yeah, I love making sliders. Y'all are probably like, please stop making sliders,
Absolutely
lady.
not. No, never think that. I love a slider too. What I love is that it's easy and it feeds a crowd.
Yeah.
And this time of year is when you need both of those.
Absolutely. So this is great for football. This is great for the kids.
Yeah.
I know. I was just asking you about Scotty, and of course, you know, you could just kind of chop this up for her. I mean, I don't know. She's big enough now. She's like holding this up.
She'll like manhandle it. Yeah, she'll take care of the meatball if she wants to. For folks who want this recipe, want to shop with you guys, where can they find all that information at?
All that is on social. So our ad posts today, every Wednesday, and if you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, you can see everything that's going on with us.
Love it. These are great for your next party, great for an easy Wednesday night dinner, whatever the case may be. So we'll have this recipe on our website, fox10tv.com. We'll also have a link to the Greer's website there too. Lucy, it's good to see you.
Thank you. See y'all next week.
Yes, Lucy will be back. Matt?